Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. I'm starting a new journal series today and I'm really excited to get into this one. It is using the, now what's the name of it? Woodland Wanderings, I believe is the name of the kit, from RachandBella Crafts. And as you might tell by the name of it, it's a very nature-based kit. It is an autumn-based kit, but I'm not going to focus on the autumn aspect because here in New Zealand we are in spring. So I'm going to play on the nature aspect. Yes, it will probably end up looking autumnish because of the colour palette, but I don't think that matters. I think that colour palette can work at any time of the year. So first up, I have a little thing I want to do with this page. This is one of the pages of the kit, and I've backed it with one of the pretty backing papers. And I just wanted to get this out of the way first because it's running around my desk and I just want to, you know, make what I had intended. It's just very quick, very simple. And then we'll get on to a slightly more in-depth project to make a journal page. So this is going to be a piece of ephemera. So just folding it in half there along where those hinges on the design are. So just down the middle there. And then I am going to fold each side in almost to the crease line. So about there. Give it a nice press there. And now I want to fold in the other side the same so that they will basically fold up into a nice even sized little package. So I think about there is good. Doesn't matter if it's not exact really. I just wanted it to be exact. And it's pretty close. There's just a tiniest little bit. The back one's slightly wider. And that's going to tuck into a belly band when we get the journal made. So it's just going to be a fun little fold out piece. Journaling space. I will ink around it. So there'll be ink down all the creases as well to separate it into panels. And just a fun little simple piece that looks really cool. And I might decorate it up. I'm not sure. I just wanted to show folding that piece up. Right, pop that aside. There's also a second kit called Forest Threads, which works really well in partnership with Woodland Wanderings, both kits from RachandBella Crafts, and I will be using parts of both kits in the journal. But the journal pages themselves are from the Woodland Wanderings kit, and I've already pre-cut them, folded them. The textures in this kit, the plainer pages, you know, the ones that aren't collagey, I just love all these natural textures. So there's like this plaster, cracked plaster or cracked concrete, these bricks, lots of wood grain. There's some pretty neutral florals in soft green, wood grain, hessian or sacking, that type of thing. And there's another one that's different, more wood grain. They're just, I love them. And then another hessian type one, just absolutely gorgeous. I love all those textures and they're going to be so useful for so many different projects. Right, so this is what I've got so far. I believe there's 9 pages that I've printed out here for signature pages. So I need at least another 6 pages. So my project today is we're going to make a page using a sheet of coffee dyed paper as the base. So let's just fold it in half. Oh, the paper does not appear to be square. It's probably because it's coffee dyed, it's a bit crinkly. So it's not perfectly square anymore, but that's okay. Okay, so I want to do a combination of stamping, and I think I'm going to be using this one from Rosie's Studio. This little box here, it's a little journaling box. I want to use that one. It's called Let's Get Together. I don't know if it's still available or not. I'm pretty sure I picked it up in a sale, so it's possibly not available anymore. Gosh, that block is dirty, but I can still see through it. So we're going to use that one. And in combination with stamps, I also want to use the Fussy Cuts from Woodland Wanderings kit. So I've got them all cut out here. And I need to kind of work out placement. I think I'm going to do 3. Let's start with that. I'm just going to use black. Stamp this, and this is going to be journaling space, so it's going to be a combination of decorative and journaling space. So there. It's a bit of a play on an idea from Kerry the Crafter that I saw Gail do ages ago, kind of springboarding off that. Now I'm just eyeballing that it's pretty much in line with this one. Again, it doesn't matter too much. It's quite a lot of space. We could actually do 4. Do we want to do 4? Can we fit in 4? Let's try it. We can always just put a bigger image in if it doesn't fit. Let's just try it. I thought 3, but I'm thinking now might have room. Oh, why did that go all yucky? Let's just give it a wee clean off before I do the last one. It's not too bad, but it's like, how did that happen? Now I'm just going to test. Oh yes, there is plenty of room to do a 4th. Awesome. So we're going to have 4 journaling spots. If you don't have a stamp that's similar to this, you could just draw boxes with a ruler and a pen. That would work really, really well, and you could make them whatever size and shape you liked. But because I've got a stamp, like, why not use a stamp? Makes life just a little bit easier and a wee bit quicker. Right, so that's that. Just putting things in the right place. So what I want to do is pair an image with each of these. Now I just remembered, do I want to put something over top, like a post-it note? Just reaching for my post-it notes, because I want to do some background stamping. Now, put that one there, and I'm going to grab another one and put it at the top of this box, and so we'll just move them around. Okay, so I need green ink. Which I didn't grab out ahead of time. Silly me. Come on, green, where are you? Yellow, no. Goodness. Oh, green. Who knew green would be so hard to find in my drawer? Right, and I'm going to use a variety of different leaves. And I'm using green because I don't want this to be purely autumn, so I'm bringing in green leaves. Just need a bit of a drop paper and leaves. That's what I'm after. So this one's also Rosie's Studio. It's a very old one now, so probably not available, but it's called Welcome to Paradise. This is a tropical leaf. I think I actually want to go with a couple of different greens, so I'll bring out my chartreuse as well. So maybe I'll do this in both greens. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice. Okay, I think I'll grab out my other block as well. Okay, let's go with a different leaf. This is also Rosie's studio and it's called Glass House. Again, I've had it for quite a long time, so probably not available, but you'll find similar things online, even if they're not exactly the same as what I'm using. Just use what you've got. Maybe coming down like that. Oh, I love that fine stamp. That's really lovely, fine lines. Okay. And another leaf. One more leaf. Let's go this little sprig. This one, it's got no packaging, so I don't know who it's from. Packaging is long gone. Let's go back to the chartreuse. Whoops. And just overlapping stamps as well, just to create almost a jungly, is that a word? Jungly type feel. Right, so that's that little corner done. Let's flip these around and do this bottom corner. Oops, they don't quite line up. Let's separate them. Here we go. Let's start with this one, and I'm going to do it in the darker green. Actually, I'm going to do one in the darker green, one in the chartreuse, because why not? Oh, I like that. That's a really cool effect. Nice. Okay. Let's use our tropical leaf again. Oops, not stamping particularly well because I've got an air bubble underneath. Just a little edge down there. And then back to this leaf, or spray of leaves. And let's go chartreuse. So some of these are going to be covered up with our fussy cuts, but I want to give some detail in the background. I'm not going to worry about these little edges. We don't need to do everything, or the bits in between. Right, now last section. Putting our post-it note. Oh, I might need, let's tear this one. So we're going to need one at the top as well, which I'd forgotten. And, oh, it's not quite wide enough. Oh, we can put it this way. Of course we can. No, it has to go this way. Right, let's start with the one that's on the block. Library. Oh, we need one down the bottom. Gosh, I'm a dingbat. Oh well. Just very carefully go up to the line. Right. I think I want some of those in the chartreuse as well. This is a bigger area, so put some more extra leaves in. Cool. Okay, that's that one. Now back to our tropical leaf, and let's go in the chartreuse with that. So some fun stamping. Right, and I think some in the library green, or one, maybe one. Just kind of pop it in there. Okay. I need to clean those off properly, but I'll do that later. And I think in the library green again with this lovely spray. I like it coming down like it's a vine. I think that's quite fun. Let's do a couple together there. Maybe a couple, another one over here. Oh, let's go another one. Why not? Awesome. Okay, so let's remove these, which kind of getting to the point where they're obscuring what it's looking like. Okay, lids on ink pads. So the links for the kits that I'm using will be in the description box below as per normal. So if you're interested, do head along and check them out. Right, so we've just created a bit of a background. Now we get to choose which fussy cuts we want to pop. And so a different one for each writing spot. So my idea here is to imagine that somebody's out on a walk through the forest, through the woods, and they're collecting little samples and writing little notes. So these notes can be whatever the person likes, you know, what they did for the day or whatever, their grocery list. But it's to sell the story that, you know, there's little journaling spots. So we need to pick out things that will fit our gaps. That's a little bit tall, but it might work because we have a extra space there. And I do like the cute little fox. We could do a little frog, which is really cool, and a little owl. And so something, I mean, we could put the owl or the frog there instead. Maybe the frog. The owl down there, and one more. Oh, we have this little fox. Maybe that one might fit better. Yeah, that one fits better. And there's a bunny. How about a bunny? Should we put the bunny there? Or maybe we'll switch the bunny back to there. And the frog. I'm feeling like the frog just kind of melts a little bit into the greenery. Here's a hedgehog. Shall we use a hedgehog instead? And the owl's more likely to be out at night, so do we want to switch the owl for something? We've got a snail or a frog, but the greens I think are going to blend a bit too much. We could go foliage, of course, but let's see what we've got in animals. They are larger animals. Toadstools or mushrooms. There's an owl in flight. Oh, there's a wee deer. Does the deer fit? Where's the most space? No, there's less space there, so that fits better there. So we hedgehog there. So hedgehogs can be out during the day. The juveniles are not nocturnal when they're young. They are actually out in the day. So if you see a hedgehog out in the day, it's not necessarily sick, unless it's an older one. And then yes, it probably is sick. We could use a butterfly, but no, I like the hedgehog. Okay, let me just pop these in my tray so they stay all nice. And I've got a little bit here that I want to cut out, a little bit of white, so let's do that. Concentrating, using a sharp knife. one more. Okay, and just like that, we've cut out that little white bit. I do prefer this look if I can do it, if I've got time or if I feel inclined. Sometimes I don't, but I do prefer when you get that little peep through, because then whatever you've got in the background shows through. Do I want to ink around them? I'm feeling like it will help them pop off the page a little bit. So yes, I'm going to ink around them. Bit of vintage photo. Cute little deer. All these animals are so adorable and right up my alley. I love anything animals. Just, I can't go past a picture of an animal. You know, if I'm in a magazine or something, I will harvest the animal or keep the animal over anything else, because I've always loved animals and always cut out images of animals from when I was a young girl. I used to only harvest animals out of magazines and stick them all in a glue book, which I think is long gone. I think it's not around anymore, which is a shame because I'd like to look back at it. I spent hours and hours and hours on it and making it all so there was no paper from the page I was gluing on visible in between. So a bit like a jigsaw, paper jigsaw, fitting all the fussy cut animals out. And then I had also pages of just square cut, where the, you know, if it was a group of horses, for example, in the field, then I just cut the whole thing out as a square or a rectangle. I'd love to see that book again, but I think it was thrown out at some point. Either that or it's up in our ceiling space in storage, and I ain't getting up there. There's quite a few things actually in storage in the ceiling space that I think, oh, I'd like to get that down. Like all my old yearbooks from high school and things like that. I'd like to revisit those. Okay, let's grab the glue and the glue pages and glue our forest friends on. Super cute. So Mr. Hedgehoggy first, or Miss Hedgehoggy, whichever. Oops, yep, yeah, trying to get away on me. Hedgehog and our bunny. Hippity hop, hippity hop. It's really nice now that spring's here to see young bunnies hopping around paddocks and things. When I go to hubby's work with him on the way, I'm always on the lookout for bunnies. And I haven't seen too many yet, but I haven't, you know, I haven't been travelling a lot. So, but it's fun. Every time I see one, it's like, oh, there's a bunny. And my hubby, who used to hunt in his younger days, he's much better at spotting them than I am. So sometimes he'll say, there's a rabbit, and I look, but by the time I look, like, I don't know where I'm looking. So sometimes I see them because I happen to look in the right direction at the right time, and sometimes, like, we've gone past, and I, you know, just they would be behind us by the time I look in the right direction. So yeah, he tries to help me see them if I don't see them myself first. His eyes are trained to see them even when they're really hidden. Oh, I think they're so adorable. Isn't that so cute? I love that. What a fun journal page that is. So writing space for whatever one wants to put in there. And then our little fussy cut animals with our leafy background, bringing in a bit more of that green to suggest a bit more of a timeless season, I guess. It's not just all about autumn. I'm wondering whether I want to do like this page as well. Maybe we might do something similar but slightly different. How are we going on time? We're okay on time. We are okay. I do have another kind of similar stamp, which is this one. It's a non-branded stamp. And it's a little box here. It's got currently and then room for a date, indoors, outdoors, a way to score your activity, whether it was relaxing or thrilling, a little box there to put an image or something or some more text, and there's a date down the bottom. So that's not where the date goes, obviously. Right, is this too big for my block? I am wondering. It might be. I haven't actually used it, I don't think, this one. Let's take that one off. Yes, it is too big for my block. Let's grab out our stamping platform. Which I haven't used for some time. Okay, and I'm using the platform just because the stamp is too big, not because I suspect that it will not print properly. So just making sure it's the right way up, because it would be horrible to stamp it upside down. So it's that way up, and maybe just two, and we can put some larger pieces in there. Okay, sorry if that swinging up under the camera is all getting up in your business. There's not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. Right, inking up. I perhaps should have tested this stamp first, because as I said, I haven't used it before. I don't know how well it's going to stamp. Oh, we've got some gaps. It might be because I left some air bubbles under the stamp, maybe. But let's try and... No, we've still got some gaps. Let's give it a good rub. No, it still doesn't want to get those. Sometimes I pick it up and give it a press on those areas. So sorry, I probably went out of frame then. Sort of try and press it up into those areas that are being a bit dodgy. There, that's better. Much better. Okay, now I need to clean it so I can reposition it, because I don't want to reposition my paper, because then the stamp would be upside down. So clean it off. Oh, that wipe is getting really disgusting. It needs to go out. Need to get a new one. So we're going to put this down about there. Also might be the crinkly coffee dyed paper might be interfering with it. Okay, ink up. Sorry, off camera again. Just can't fit everything under the camera today. It is a cheap stamp, so you know it's entirely possible that it doesn't work well anyway. The rest of the stamps in the set work well though, so yep, still got gaps. These cheap stamps, sometimes they're not level. The print, they are different heights, and so if it's shorter than the rest, those areas aren't going to come out. And I've got a lot of stamps, well, not a lot, but some stamps that you can actually visibly see how different heights they are, and there's no way that they will ever print properly unless you like physically, you know, on top of the stamp, not with a block but with your finger just on the stamp, push it down to your paper. And I'm not going to do that because I'd likely make a mess. Okay, so we've just got this part here now that needs work. So not a good advertisement for a stamping platform is this particular session. They do work really well, but if you've got a bad stamp, you know, nothing's really going to help. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. Just a little bit of the line missing, so we can call that good. Embracing the imperfections. Okay, so let's take this out. Put the stamping platform down. Oops, I've just noticed I've got a bit of ink there. Let's clean that off. So it's ready to go next time I want to use it. Okay, do I want to do things in the background? I really like this. I think it looks really good with the leaves, but do I want to do that again, or can I do something different? What have I got here that might work? We could do flowers. One of these doesn't work that well either. I can't remember which one. Maybe I'll test them. Still we test. Just looking for paper to test on. I can test on this, can't I? That would be a good idea. Let's pop it on a block. And what colour would we want to use? Not green, I don't think. Yellow maybe? Let's try yellow. Probably not the best colour to test it with actually, but oh well. We're going for it. It's not too bad, but it's also not brilliant. I can see areas where it's not stamping because the ink's still on stamp. What about the other one? Let's try the other one. So from memory, only one of them is problematic, but we'll soon see. It's better. I still don't know whether it's perfect actually, but I think it's good enough. Okay, actually I need that back to put underneath. So let's do some flowers, and if they don't turn out perfect, never mind. Flowers in the wild are really perfect. You know, bugs get at them, the wind gets them, and other animals might brush past and tear a petal off or something. So, you know, I'm doing without the... See, I'm not stamping very well, but that's okay. Also, doing it in the yellow means you could actually write over top if one wanted, although we'll be sticking some images there. Texture, that's what it is, texture. And I can't remember what I was saying. I was saying something else. Oh, yeah, about flowers in the wild. You know, there's often damaged, imperfect, bruised, or torn, or nibbled on. So we can just imagine that we're walking through an area, wildflowers in the forest that, you know, maybe it's the end of the flowering season, so they're all looking a bit drab and starting to die off. Very faint ghost print there. Okay, that's good enough, I think. I think that's fine. We could pop... There is a leaf that goes with that set. Okay. Oops, throwing my stamp pads around. Thinking about trying the shabby shutters. Very light green is it going to show up. Distress ink, so not the best for stamping. It's very subtle, but I think I'm going to put some around because subtle is fine. Oops, that was probably a bit too subtle. So you won't be able to see what I'm stamping here, and photos won't pick it up, but you can see it with the naked eye. So just a few little very, very subtle details. Okay, right. I've got a mess of stamps here, but let's look at what we want to put here now. So we could go something different. We could go botanicals, or you're a gorgeous deer, but you're too big there. What about a bear? What would you do if you came across a bear in the woods? We don't have bears in New Zealand. We don't have squirrels. We do have deer. We do have wild deer. But yeah, there's lots of animals here that we don't have. We don't have foxes. This is lovely. We have used a fox on the other page, but there's a sleeping bear, but he's too wide. Sorry, I'm looking off camera. I think maybe he's just a little bit too short is what I'm thinking. It's too big. About the nice bear's slightly bigger, I think, but the owl is adorable. It's a bunny in a different size. Okay, I think those are the 4 options that will work. Which ones do I want? We have already used the fox. I'm thinking maybe we should go with I think the bear. I like the bear. I mean, I like everything. I like them all, but it's just got to make a choice. It's very windy today. I hope it's not causing too much noise in the background of the video. It's supposed to change again today. Yesterday we had norwesterlies, then it changed to southwest or southeast, I can't remember, and then it changed back to northeasterly, and then overnight and this morning it's northwest again, and it's supposed to change to southwest today, and then back to northeast. Like, it's just all over the show. Just can't make up its mind. It's a typical spring. Just a fresh glue surface there. So I've been planning this journal for probably a week, so I have got a journal cover partly done, and when I've got the signature pages sorted, then we'll have a look at the cover, and I think I'm going to do a topper for it, so we might do that on camera as well. Do a fun journal topper. So I might do that next week maybe. I'm also going to start another new journal series, so I'm going to be doing 2 at once, both kind of with the autumn colour palette, and the other one will be from a different designer, the other kit. So look out for a second journal series to start, maybe even tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how far I get on preparations, because everything takes, you know, work, preparation, fussy cutting things out, all that sort of stuff before I can even think about using stuff on camera. Okay, right, let's tidy up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And I think that is the project for today. Is just a fun little combination, decorative but writing space, stamping with fussy cuts. I think that's a really cool combination, and use whatever frames, you know, even if it's just a single frame, you could use frames to do those. You could just grab out your ruler and a pen. If you've got a stencil that's a rectangle, you know, like those children's shape stencils, you could use those. Just draw some boxes, play with the shapes, the sizes. You could even do circles or hexagons. Like, it doesn't have to be a rectangle, does it? Could be anything you want, whatever you've got in your stash. And then just writing space left on the opposite sides, and just some fun writing space. I think that's super cute. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed this, and give it a go yourself. Make some fun journal pages, and it could be any theme. You could do this with any kit. You could use florals here instead, animals, people, typewriters, I don't know, whatever. You know, if you're making a journal, a vintage themed journal, you might use like vintage little elements there instead. Make it your own. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.